Hey there everybody, today I'm going to teach you how to pull a print. So once you have your printing station set up nice and neat like I do, it's time for one person on your team to start printing. So first step is that we need to get our ink ready to go. So I'm going to start rolling that ink around on my printing plate until it looks nice and smooth. You should be able to see some ripples in the ink. And once you have it nice and smooth, then you're ready to apply that ink onto your printing plate. So thin to win is key here, and we want to keep that nice and smooth. So I'm making sure that I get ink on every little part of my printing plate. And sometimes you need to head back over to that inking plate to get a little bit more to get it nice and even. So you got to make sure you even get all the way down there in your focal point. Everything's nice and smooth, and then I usually like to give it 2 quick swipes on each side so it looks nice and neat. Now once you have it like that, you can set that brayer down and then you grab a piece of paper. So making sure here that you have your name side up. I'm going to hold it with one hand on each side, and as nice and neat as I can, I'm going to set it right on top of that printing plate. I usually like to take my hands, give it one little push here, but then I grab my other tool called the brayer, and nice and slow and steady, I'm going to press on my printing plate. So I'm making sure I'm getting all the way up into the tippy top corners, and I'm pressing evenly across the whole entire surface. Should take a few seconds. And once you feel like you've pressed everywhere, you can grab that piece of paper and peel it up off your printing plate. And there's my first print. So setting that aside, having your team help, making sure you have a nice neat stack, you can get started on your second print. So there's usually plenty of ink on here for our second one, and we don't need quite as much ink as we did on that first print. But I'm going to take that brayer and as evenly as I can, spreading that ink on my printing plate, maybe going in a few different directions to make sure it's nice and even. And once I have everything spread nice and smooth, I'm going to do the same thing. So setting that brayer down, grabbing my next piece of paper with my name side up, one hand on each side, and carefully setting that right on top, pushing down with your hands, and then using that brayer, nice even pressing all over the surface, being careful not to let that piece of paper slide. Once you feel like you have pressed everywhere, peeling that up. Next print. And continue with that process until you have 5 completed prints. Good luck!